This is not good in the fitness industry. The reason it's not good is because he was selling a lot of supplements and he was selling a diet. He was selling those 9 principles and he was telling people, well, if you do that... Simon Little A-hole here. Thank you very much for joining me as always. And yes, today we are going to talk about the Liver King. Now, I know I'm a couple of days late. I wasn't going to do a video on this, but as always, cheap plug, my Instagram at Simon316. Had a bunch of DMs saying, Simon, what do you think about it? Simon, what do you think about it? And when I get like 20, which I've got about 22, not a massive number, but I'm like, okay, that to me is probably a subject worth talking about. Now, I would strongly suggest you go and watch More Plates, More Dates' video about this. He's got a part 1 up. I believe a part 2 is going to be up soon, where someone, allegedly, let's say all the right words, has leaked emails to him. Not sure how he got them, but again, watch the video to get more context about the Liver King's PED cycle, essentially. What he takes, what he doesn't take, what he wants to do, what he doesn't want to do. And it all becomes, if we take it at face value, which we should do, it all becomes very difficult to hear and difficult to kind of interact with, because Derek, as always, his channel is absolutely brilliant. Before he even gets into his stuff, he goes to all the videos and all the podcasts and all the statements that Liver King has made over the years where people have accused him of being on steroids, and he said, no, like that to Unlimited song from back in the day. As it turns out, if we're going to believe these emails, he is on a lot of stuff. $15,000 a month. If I can remember off the top of my head, he was definitely on a TRT dose of testosterone. He was doing HGH, which is human growth hormone. I think he was on Deca. I think he was on Winstrol. Like a bunch of drugs that you would have seen and heard about 1,000 times from other people doing it. And I remember Derek actually said the amount of HGH he was on was more than some pro bodybuilders he knows that have stood on the Olympia stage. And he also revealed this crazy email. So the email that got leaked was the Liver King messaging a different bodybuilding coach. And then Derek found his inbox a couple of weeks or a couple of months before that, the Liver King messaging him and saying the same thing. I want help with my body. I want help with my physique. I want help with my HGH levels. I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with my IGF-1, etc., etc. And once again, when you do put it all in a big package, it sounds like he was on a lot of stuff while telling people he wasn't on a lot of stuff. Now, I do want to say this. This is not good in the fitness industry. The reason it's not good is because he was selling a lot of supplements and he was selling a diet. He was selling those 9 principles and he was telling people, well, if you do that, you're going to look absolutely jacked and you're going to look absolutely massive like I am. I don't take anything. I just do this stuff and look at me. Now, if he wasn't trying to sell anything and all he was saying to you was, no, I don't do steroids and I look like this, even then it's going to corrupt some people's brains because people would be like, well, I can't look like that. But it becomes a whole different kettle of fish when you are actively saying, if you buy all of this stuff, you're going to look like me. And then you never look like them because you don't actually know where they stand. Now, it's not just on him. This is going on all the time. And I understand that I'm repeating myself. And I understand that I always go off in this direction when these things do happen. But I'm going to repeat it until hopefully it gets through to people. Now, people like Ray Doucette and More Plates, More Dates doing a fantastic job. And I think it needs to keep happening. But if you are more on the level of somebody like myself, and this is how I do it, don't even buy into it in the first place with anybody. Not with me, not with Greg, not with Derek, not with Mike O'Hearn, not with Sports Shredded Science, none of these guys, right? I love all of the people I just talked about. I'm huge fans of theirs. And I watch their videos all of the time. I mean, Mike O'Hearn's a little bit weird, but still, because my point is this. If you go into all of these situations and you try and turn the attention and the focus on yourself, it's just going to be more beneficial for your fitness journey. I hate that term, but everyone knows what it means. Because the most important thing you always have to remember about going to the gym, the Fitness Palace of Love, t-shirts available now, link in the description, is that you're only in competition with yourself. If you want to go down the PED route, you are allowed to. I beg that you research it, and I beg that you take care of yourself, and I beg that you do the lowest dose possible, because it is dangerous. But even then, you can start taking the exact same amount as some people and you won't look like them because your genetics are different. So even trying to chase this physique or even trying to chase this idea that you have in your head is a waste of time. And you're just going to get sad and you're just going to be upset and you are never going to actually get to where you want to go. And then you're going to take more stuff and you're going to take more supplements. You're going to look for more people, constantly trying to find that secret. And there is no secret. You can be on a bunch of stuff, and you cannot be on a bunch of stuff, and your body's only going to react in the way that your body is going to react, which is why it's great to go out there and try and get information about how you should do this lift, or what kind of food should I eat, or, you know, what's good substitutes, your diet, drinks, and everything like that, which people talk about, which some people don't know about. They're like, oh, wow, man, now you can make that changes and save a bunch of calories. Like calories in, calories out. People keep saying it. But don't get bogged down in the what are they taking? Should I take it? What's going on here? With none of them, not the celebrities, not the actors, not the YouTube fitness, the fitness stars, whatever the influencers, I suppose, is a better word. Because you're never going to know. And there's every chance Liver King comes out and says, no, this is true. This is a bunch of BS. Somebody made that email up. Now, if you were going to ask me my opinion, I would be very surprised like that. It doesn't seem like it's been extrapolated by somebody else. Although, again, that's probably the excuse that he will use. And that will be enough for some people. You know, if you're desperate enough, that kind of excuse will be enough to think to yourself, oh, I knew it wasn't true. I'll go back to doing those 9 pillars. I'll go back to eating raw meat. I'll go back to doing all these things. Don't worry about it. If you are enjoying that stuff, keep it going. If you think that stuff embetters your life, keep it going. If it's made you a better person or a more healthy person or a happier person, keep doing it. But otherwise, take all of it as entertainment, all of it. When you read an article, and look, I say this from experience because I used to read all these articles, especially when people used to say, I eat 6,000 calories a day. That was always my big one. I said, I'm not eating enough food. I got to eat 6,000 calories a day. What happened? I got fat because my body couldn't handle 6,000 calories a day. It didn't matter what I was doing. My body said, no way my body was going, thanks for the 6,000 calories, I'm going to get massively jacked now. And it's the same with all this kind of stuff. It takes you down rabbit holes that you don't need to go down. Go to the gym. Keep it simple. See how your body responds. See how you get on. Again, what you like, what you don't like. And always remember that it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, right? That's why I always kind of feel like people fall into this bracket as well. Like, you want to be the big guy or the big girl. You want to be the muscular person. You want to be referred to and seen as that way. It's almost like an affectation. It's something you want to wear and portray to the world. And there's nothing wrong with that because everybody has affectations. And of course, we want to be liked and we want to be accepted. But just make sure you're doing all these things for you and you aren't being steered wrong and you aren't questioning what they're doing or what they're not doing. And is this true and that's not true? And it just makes life so much easier. And again, as soon as I stop doing that and I read articles, especially when a film comes out with a big jacked up guy, I just read it for entertainment and I don't let it influence me. You know, I always make sure I remember what the basics, what the fundamentals of training are, which is you've got to train hard in the gym. You've got to train all your body parts. You can't outwork a bad diet. So you know what, everyone knows what a good and bad diet is to a certain degree. Okay, you may need some education when it comes to protein levels or macronutrients, but you know, if you're going to eat a burger or a salad, the salad 9 times out of 10 is probably going to be better for you. And look, I don't want to say he deserves to get called out because I'm just not that type of a person. But yeah, you can't walk around, saying all of this stuff and actually selling supplements when all the information isn't out there. And hopefully one day it will be more transparent, I suppose, because it should be more transparent. Like, if somebody wants to, it's their choice. If somebody wants to do that stuff, just let them do it. But the reason people don't say it is they think they're going to be judged. And again, actually, to try and look at it from both sides of the coin, when I heard Derek read those Liver King emails, it sounded like a guy that was desperate. And it sounded like a guy that was not in the best place mentally, I would say, and kind of felt like they needed to build this social media following. And the only way they were going to do it or be able to do it is with enhanced physiques. They wanted to do this, wanted to do that. And of course, you could argue that the counterpoint is, he was just trying to make money out of people. And that's true. But I also think if you're doing that, there's probably something going on as well where you're not 100% happy. And the gym should make you happy. And health and fitness should make you happy, like it really should. And the most important muscle is your heart. So make sure you're always taking care of that first and foremost. And I suppose just to round this up, and it was a bit of a rant and a rave, it doesn't matter what you look like. Like, it does if you're super duper overweight and you're putting your life at risk. I mean, that's different. I think it's a whole different kettle of fish. But most people will look at you in a different way to how you see yourself. And that goes for me as well. I don't think I have body dysmorphia to a certain degree, but again, it's not a problem because I'm perfectly cool with it. And when you can accept a problem, you're like, it's not a problem anymore because it doesn't bother me. But if you have any kind of a physique, most people will see you as a big person, right? You're just comparing yourself to pro bodybuilders or wrestlers or MMA fighters, whoever it may be. That's just what we do. That's just what we do naturally. All these influences. And I suppose just being aware of that and not letting it go to the nth degree is all you need to do. So if you do see Liver King and you think, oh my gosh, he looks amazing, that's okay. That's great. But just leave it there. Don't worry about anything else. Don't get dragged into it. Don't let it become your be-all and end-all. Just say, wow, what a lovely physique, and then get back to you. Put the focus back on you because that's all that is important. When you're in the gym, it's just you. When you're eating all that food, it's just you. When you're doing your cardio, that's you. And I think there's enough stress in the world without you having to stress out over your body as well. Just do your best. That's all you can do. And if every now and then you have a sneaky bowl of cereal, you have a sneaky pizza, that's all right as well because once again, life is meant to be enjoyed. So there's my opinions on it. I hope we just kind of move past it as soon as we possibly can. Again, he shouldn't have been so adamant that he hadn't done anything. That's never good. He went on Logan Paul's podcast. He called out Joe Rogan. I saw him on the Stephen Bartlett is his name. I mean, he went on a lot of famous shows. And he was truly, truly like annoyed about this. Like proper like, fork in the sand kind of a deal. You can't say this about me. And I suppose, sometimes when you deny something that hard, it makes it obvious too. But yeah, you can't do that because it leads people down the wrong path. And we shouldn't be doing that because, again, as much as we want to try and enjoy it, health and fitness is really hard, especially when you do have a bad day. I'll leave it there because I'm not even sure what I'm saying anymore. Hopefully my message did come across. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Hit the bell, ding, ding. So when it's going live, there will be a video on the screen. Please do give it a click. Leave a comment below. Let's talk about this. Otherwise, it is grillandmind.com for Simon. Simon get 10% off. It's Derek's supplement company, but he's awesome. His supplements are great as well. Patreon.com for Simon316 to support me that way. ProWrestlingTees.com /Simon Miller if you want my wrestling tees, and then go in the link in the description below for that. But also my Samson Athletic tees, which are my fitness t-shirts. If you want to support the gym stuff, you can do that. If you want to support the wrestling stuff, you can do the other one. I'm proud of all of them. At Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm on Cameo if you want to shout out. Just did a few before I sat down here, and that was very, very fun. It just is. It's nice. It's humbling. Focus on yourself, my friends. I know you can do it. Everything's going to be okay. See you soon.